Is very important. But what do you think this meant there, this moment? Kate comes out in a dress not that dissimilar from the dress that Diana had. This is a big moment, same place William was brought out. What did the moment mean there?
You know what, Chris, Max and I have been talking about that moment. Obviously, everyone's been talking about that moment quite a bit. But what struck both of us at the same time was that they were both so calm, which is surprising because it was such a crush of people and excitement and the noise and the media and the cameras that had been there for weeks now waiting for this exact moment. I had been down there earlier in the day when Charles and Camilla had come to visit the newborn, and it went from I would say a surprising calm amongst people to this fever pitch. And you were there at that very moment. I mean, it was insane.
We've been waiting a while.
Yeah.
I like the way he talked about being tardy. That's funny, isn't it?
The
baby being tardy, you remind him of that. They would have thought about that moment a lot. It's a huge moment, and they were trying to keep it personal, but knew there was this huge interest, a huge amount of media there. But they came out and they did look calm. She looked calm, he looked really happy.
Yeah.
He can get stressed around cameras, particularly that number of cameras, but he looked happy and calm. I think they looked like a great little unit.
They're obviously adorable, and when you saw that moment, Chris, I know it touched everyone's heart when the baby's little hands reached up above his blanket. It was just so sweet. And I think, you know, William was also suggesting in a very delicate way when he said, now hopefully the hospital and all of you can go back to normal and we can take care of him, kind of suggesting, here's your moment, and now we're going to go into kind of a lockdown mode. You're probably not going to see them anytime soon.
That would be very nice, right? Probably not expected, but would be very nice. And you're right, there was a feeling of normalcy there they were going for. And let's take a look at the moment as they drive away. Do we have that? Because that was, you know, every parent's first big memory, right? You're taking your kid out. There he is with the car seat. He's never carried anything so delicately in his life. He's hoping he installed the base the right way because his wife is blaming him for that. Let's see how he goes in there.
But you're right, Chris. I mean, it's
waiting for the click.
Normality, and it's what any other sort of family would do, any other couple would do. But actually, this is a royal family, and in the past, there would be people carrying the baby. He wouldn't be driving off. I mean, I think they were literally saying this is a sign of modernity, of the new monarchy. We're normal, we're down to earth. And, you know, he was there, wasn't he, during the whole labour? He stayed overnight.
And we've seen that all along the way with William and Kate. They do things their own way. They are a modern couple. And it is interesting that the palace, they allow them to do it their own way. They're giving them that leeway and for kind of giving Kate and William that space to create their family, which some would argue maybe has not happened in the past. And that might have been some of the trouble facing William's parents all along the way. And so you see that in, yes, it seems like a simple moment, William getting in the driver's seat to drive them away, but that's actually quite a big deal. With the folks that I was talking to that I was around, they're like, whoa, that's a big deal. That is a break from royal tradition.
And he did it really easily as well.
Yeah.
It's a big deal for everybody, by the way. And you know, as you know very well, Max, that, you know, he's never been more nervous putting anything into anything in his life than he was putting that baby in that car seat.